Hello and welcome to the weekly market roundup for the week ending 12th December 2025. In this episode, we'll quickly cover the market breadth, sector rotation, and we'll understand a very interesting concept to find the stocks in the sector which are showing strength. So let's get started. Before we move ahead, a quick disclaimer: this video is only for the informational purpose. The only reason of making this video is to review the week which has gone by, to identify the market breadth, sector rotation, etc. The video is not a buy sell recommendation. Please consult your advisor before making any financial decision. Now, in this particular week, silver, gold, and other metal, the metal index was strong. Silver almost made a move of 10%, followed by metals which were up 2%, and gold which was up around 1.5%. Apart from this, all other indices were almost flattish. This is, to be very honest, it's good thing considering how we started this week. So if you look at the first part of this particular chart, you'll see that there was a big drawdown at the start of the week, and even after the big drawdown, most of the indices able to close either flat or in green. So considering how we started this week, whatever we were able to achieve or whatever indices were able to achieve this week can be considered as a good move. Now if we look at the gold chart, then it made a small pivot, and on Friday it has given a breakout from that small pivot. If you look at silver, it made a very small base, and at the start of the week it kind of broke out from that pivot. This pivot we saw last week also, and this week silver has broken out of that pivot and it has made a new all-time high. Now if we look at the market breadth tools or the market breadth indicator that we use, on most of the indicators we were seeing some kind of possibility or probability of market giving a what we can say a relief rally, right? Now if you look at the first indicator, which is percentage of stocks which are about 20 DMA, then whenever this percentage or this count crosses this threshold, then we can expect a relief rally, right? We can see multiple times whenever this particular red line, which shows the number of stocks or the percentage of the stocks which are below 21 DMA, this crosses this threshold of 80%, there is a relief rally. Same thing happened this week on 8th of December, that is start of this week. We crossed this cutoff, and that's where we are seeing a good relief rally, right? Same is the case with this indicator, which is nothing but percentage of stocks above and below 50 DMA. Whenever this particular indicator crosses the threshold of 80%, there is a relief rally that is seen. Same thing happened this week. If we look at other indicators also, the top one is the overbought and oversold indicator, and here also whenever we are in oversold category, there is a relief rally that can be seen. Here also on 8th December, this indicator crossed this threshold and then there is a relief rally. The next one indicator that I use is the percentage of companies above 50 RSI. This particular red line is the 50% threshold. The above line is 80% and below line is 20%. So whenever the percentage of companies which are above 50 RSI, this number goes below 20, we see a reversal or a relief rally, right? So again on Monday, this number went below 20% and then there is a relief rally. You can see on this particular chart or on this particular table that on 8th of December, we had only 63 stocks which were up 3%, and then all of a sudden we saw a good move on 9th of December. So on Monday this week there was a big correction or a big drawdown followed by some quick up move or quick recovery. Now, as we saw in other indicators, 8th December we had a big fall, and on 9th we started a small up move or a recovery, and here we see the relief rally starting on 9th of December, right? So this is mid cap index. Same is the case on small cap index. However, I don't think there is any reason to be over bullish, because we are still below 200 EMA and we are still below the key support zone, which will now act as a resistance whenever this index will try to move up. So though we saw some relief rally on 9th, starting 9th, I don't think we are still we can call this as a reversal, because if you look at the structure also, we are still forming lower highs, right? So though we are seeing some relief rally, it's too early to call it as a reversal, because look at the structure, we are still forming lower highs unless and until there is no new high, and unless and until we cross this 200 EMA successfully, I don't think we can call it as a reversal, right? Same is the case with the micro cap index, right? Now this was the overview of the market. Now how do we'll understand a very good concept, which is how to find strength in this kind of market, right? And the indicator or the tool that we use to find strength is relative strength, right? So what exactly is a relative strength? Relative strength is a measure of how specific stock or asset is performing compared to benchmark. So you can use different benchmarks. For example, you can use Nifty 50, Nifty 500 and sector specific benchmark also to find out how your stock is doing compared to other constituent of that particular index. So for example, if I am looking at Reliance and I am using Nifty 500 as a benchmark, then relative strength will tell me as to how Reliance is performing when I compare it with all the stocks from Nifty 500. So basically, अगर हम लोग एक सिंपल एग्जांपल के साथ रिलेटिव स्ट्रेंथ को समझते हैं, तो अज्यूम कीजिए दैट देयर इज़ अ क्लास, उस क्लास में कुछ 50 अराउंड बच्चे हैं. नाउ इफ़ आई स्कोर्ड, अगर मैं बोलता हूँ कि आई हैव स्कोर्ड 70% मार्क्स, राइट, और आई गॉट 70 मार्क्स, स्टैंड अलोन नंबर इज़ नॉट टेलिंग यू एनीथिंग, राइट, कि मैंने अच्छा किया या बुरा किया. बट जब मैं इस 70 को कंपेयर करूँगा विद द एवरेज ऑफ द क्लास, then only you can judge whether I did good or I did average or I did bad. For example, अगर क्लास की एवरेज 50 मार्क्स है and I've got 70 marks, then आप बोल सकते हो कि as compared to class I have done better. Whereas अगर क्लास की एवरेज 90 है, 95 है and I've scored only 70 marks, then compared to class I have done poor. Right? So same is the case with relative strength. It helps you understand how particular sector or how particular stock has done as compared to all other stocks from that particular index or that particular asset class. Right? Now here if you'll see, suppose your S&P 500 is down 10% and your stock is down only 3%, तो आप बोल सकते हो that the strength, relative strength of a stock is superior as compared to S&P 500, right? Now, the tool that I use to find these type of stocks and the sectors which are showing strength is ChartMaze. So on ChartMaze, I have filtered out the sectors where the relative strength is greater than 80%. So if we look at auto, around 40% of the stocks are showing or are having relative strength which is more than 80. So from this chart, it's very easy to understand or very easy to deduce that at this moment auto financial service, metals and minings are the three sectors which are showing strength compared to overall market. Another way to look at it is you can look at the stocks which are near their 52-week high. Okay, so अगर number of stocks किसी sector के higher the number of stocks which are near their 52-week high, we can say that उस particular sector में strength है. Again, the same set of stocks you will find, or the same set of sectors you are finding here, which is nothing but auto, financial service, metals and mining. So एक quickly scan run करके you are able to understand, or you are able to find out the sectors which are showing strength as compared to overall market, right? मैंने कुछ examples लिए हुए हैं. I have not given the names, I have not put the names of the stocks because हम लोगों को the point that I want to draw is relative strength, right? So if you look at this particular chart, you can see the relative strength is 99, and that's where you see that भले ही पूरे मार्केट में there was a correction, this stock went sideways. So अगर पूरा मार्केट 10% डाउन है तो this stock is hardly down 1 or 2%. It is in fact near its all-time high only, 52-week high only. So it is very intuitive कि ये stock is showing strength compared to other stocks. I've used Nifty 500 as an index for the comparison. So this stock is stronger than most of the stocks in Nifty 500, or it is stronger than 99% stocks from Nifty 500. Same is the case here. RS98 means this is in top 2%, or you can say this stock is doing better or has done better compared to 98% stocks from Nifty 500. I've taken just two more example. यहाँ पे RS strength 98 है. Again, you can see most of the stocks have gone sideways under this correction. So जहाँ पे बाकी सारे stocks में drawdown आ रहा है, 20% 30% drawdown आ रहा है, ये सारे stocks जो है they have gone sideways. इनमें प्राइस करेक्शन नहीं है, इनमें टाइम करेक्शन है. सो दीज स्टॉक्स आर स्ट्रॉन्गर कंपेयर्ड टू अदर निफ्टी 500 स्टॉक्स, एंड दैट इज हाउ यू कैन स्पॉट द सेक्टर्स एंड द स्टॉक्स विच आर स्ट्रॉन्गर इन दिस फॉल ऑल्सो. नाउ दिस इज योर फर्स्ट वे ऑफ स्क्रीनिंग और स्कैनिंग. दिस डजंट मीन दैट ये स्टॉक्स आगे भी अच्छा ही परफॉर्म करेंगे, बट the purpose of using relative strength is फर्स्ट लेवल ऑफ फिल्टर, जहाँ पे आप आइडेंटिफाई कर रहे हो कि कौन से ऐसे सेक्टर्स है, कौन से ऐसे स्टॉक्स है जिनको आपने डिटेल में पढ़ना चाहिए, डिटेल में स्टडी करना चाहिए, बिकॉज ये मार्केट फॉल में भी दे आर शोइंग स्ट्रेंथ, दे आर स्टिल स्टैंडिंग स्ट्रॉन्ग. सो इन कंक्लूजन, most of the indices we can say that they have taken support near their key support zones. However, this cannot be called as a reversal because अभी भी previous high break नहीं हुआ है. Unless the indices or the stocks break their previous high, we cannot say it's a reversal. Small cap and micro cap indices अभी भी weak है in my opinion because they are still below their 200 EMA. मार्केट की ओवरऑल ब्रेथ दिस वीक इज़ बेटर एज कम्पेयर टू प्रीवियस वीक. मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि मार्केट ब्रेथ बहुत स्ट्रांग है, मार्केट पूरी तरीके से कवर हो चुका है, राइट, बट वी आर सीइंग अर्ली साइंस ऑफ सम व्हाट वी कैन से रिलीफ रैली, राइट. अगेन द सेक्टर विच आर शोइंग स्ट्रेंथ आर ऑटो, बैंक्स, फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस एंड मेटल्स. सो फॉर मी these sectors would be the sectors where I'll be more interested on. यहाँ से मैं stocks filter out करके I will be reading their fundamentals, I will be understanding the trigger that are there, and then only I will make a decision. Just because ये sector strong है, वो chart strong है, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि you go and buy those names, right? Relative strength is your first level of filtration or first scanning, right? The simplest and easiest way to find strength in the market is using relative strength. R scan can be used to find the strong sectors and stronger stocks. सो यहाँ से आपको सेक्टर्स एंड स्टॉक्स पता चलेंगे जो इस मार्केट में भी दे आर स्टैंडिंग स्ट्रॉन्ग, and then you can go and study those stocks and sectors in detail. So this is all about this week's roundup. I hope you found some value in this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.